If you struggle with shyness or social anxiety, check out our free No BS training course with actual useful advice you can do from home. None of that just get out there nonsense. The link is in the description below. For now, let's get to today's question.
Shyness is no longer considered a quality for eiher sexes. Rather, shyness is a demerit that causes difficulties in every field of life. 1. In normal life, shy men cannot mix or interact with other people. Even they cannot interact properly with their parents and siblings. They have generally no friends. As such, shyness make them unsocial. Other people found them to be self-centered and egoistic. Such people are generally unpopular in social life. 2. Further, shyness hampers their educaion also. Such people cannot share their shortcomings with their teachers and even with their friends. Hence, they suffer. So far career is concerned, they perform miserably in interviews and fail to get better jobs. 3. As such, shyness play a negative role throughout their life. Now comes the million-dollar question. What is the way out? I share my idea with which I have been benefited a lot. A. Interact forcefully with all people around you, irrespective to their sex or age. You will surely feel difficulty and uncomfortable, but do not stop. Practice beforehand what to speak. Practice a lot with friends. Firstly, it will be funy. Some people may laugh at you. You don't lose heart. Continue the process with varied people. Gradually, you will feel comfort and enjoy the process, and you are cured. B. For interviews, practice before mirror with expected questions. Mock interview with a friend taking him interviewer will be of immense help. C. Shyness is the byproduct of mental weakness and lack of self-confidence as well as self-respect. For radical and permanent solution, all these problems should be solved. D. Physical exercises, yoga, pranayams, meditation etc. make us physically as well as mentally strong. E. Mix with only positive-minded people. Negative-minded people hampers our self-confidence and self-respect. F. Creative activities make us positive in mindset. G. All these make you mentally strong and self-confident, which in turn make you free from shyness. We notice you're visiting us from a region where we have a local version of incorporated. Shyness can truly hold people back, partly because those who are shy tend to avoid public situations and speaking up, and partly because they experience so much chronic anxiety. Good place to learn how to overcome social anxiety. There's no need to advertise your shyness. Those who are close to you already know, and others may never even have an opportunity to notice. It's not as visible as you probably think. Sometimes we really are our own worst enemy. Don't allow your inner critic to put you down. Instead, analyze the power of that voice so you can diffuse it. Make a list of all your positive qualities and list a friend or family member to help. If you need tone, read or recite it when you're feeling insecure. Let it remind you how much you have to offer. Shy people tend to have fewer but deeper friendships, which means your choice of friend or partner is even more important. Give your time to the people in your life who are responsive, warm, and encouraging. There are always a few people who are willing to be cruel or sarcastic if it makes for a good punchline. Some who just have no sense of what's appropriate, and some who don't care whom they hurt. Keep a healthy distance from those people. Most of us are hardest on ourselves, so make a habit of observing others, without making a big deal out of it. You may find that other people are suffering from their own symptoms of insecurity, and that you are not alone, especially when you spend a lot of time inside your own head, as shy people tend to do. It's easy to distort experiences, to think that your shyness ruined an entire event when chances are it wasn't a big deal to anyone but you. Sometimes when you're scared, the best thing to do is to face it head on. If you're frightened, just stare it down and lean into it. Suffering from shyness shouldn't keep you from the success you are seeking, so try these simple tools and make them work for you. In fact, they're good techniques to try whether you're shy or not. I got over my shyness by looking at other people around me and seeing that they were not shy. If they weren't, why did I have to be? One of the things I loved most was acting. As weird as it sounds, when I was on stage, having people stare back at me didn't bother me in the least. But ask me to give a speech or raise my hand in class for an answer? No way. What is the difference there? In every scenario mentioned above, I was the center of focus. So why did the acting not bother me when the others did? Because when I was acting, I was playing someone else and the audience wasn't supposed to be there. Really think about that for a moment. Can you remember back to when you were a child and played make-believe? You assumed the identity of whatever character/creature, right? So if it was a king or a queen, You had all of the confidence and power in the world. Why? You were still that same kid, right? Yes, but the important factor here is that you believed you had those confidences and powers. Real life is not much different from that make-believe land. In my blog post The One Trick to Changing Yourself for the Better, I mention that the tie into your imagination and playing make-believe is the phrase that I'm sure you've heard many times before: fake it till you make it. As a former shy person, I knew the qualities I wanted. I just needed to pretend like I had them. The only person that knew I was pretending to be confident was me, no one else. If I acted confident, how would they know I wasn't? As far as they could tell, I was. My advice to you is fake it till you make it. You know what confidence looks like. You know what confident people say and the way they act. Take on those qualities and play like you already have those traits. No one will know any different, and after doing this for a while, they'll become second nature. You will become that confident person you always wanted to be. All you have to do is pretend. Good luck. Lara, Ronan. For myself, I believe it's important to make a big change or a big step forward when you are trying to overcome shyness or being hesitant. However, small steps that you could do is to work on complimenting others. One thing that I found with my shyness was that I also hung around people that had a tendency to push people away and lock themselves up emotionally. You could either talk to your friends about particular problems you have, or perhaps try to find some new friends and expand your network that way. Who you associate with determines a lot about our behavior, habits, and more. I also talk about it a fair bit in my book The Shy Boy I Once Knew. You can pick up a copy from the link below. The Shy Boy I Once Knew: Overcoming Doubt, Depression, and Embracing Change. Eric Burdon, 9,781,546,746,881. Amazon.com. Books.